each. Text costs 10p plus your standard network rate.
Yes. Or you can get in touch with us on social media. We are Punk OTR, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. If you have missed the first half an hour of the show, where you've been, but no worries, you can listen again. You can go on catch up, voicefmradio.co.uk.
That was catch up, not ketchup.
Ketchup, yeah. We've got ketchup though, lots of ketchup because we bought too many nuggets.
Yeah, we might have
done a bit
because we didn't have enough time to make dinner tonight. We might have gone to a fast food chain.
Yeah.
It's got a big yellow letter in the name. I might have had a meal each and 20 chicken nuggets. 20 chicken nuggets
anyway,
each.
That's all right. We've got dogs at home. They'll have them when we get
back.
And
an apple pie each.
And an apple pie. Yeah. All right. So we caught up with a band a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
A couple of weeks ago. It was last week, wasn't
Was
it?
it? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, not this weekend. Yeah. Weekend gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Fabulous band called Blame It on the Dog.
Yeah, you say we caught up with them. We didn't. We caught up with them on a Zoom call.
We did have a Zoom
because we're not allowed to meet because of.
So these guys are a 3-man UK-based punk band that formed in 2001, and they've actually got back together. So we had a chat with them about how that happened during lockdown.
We did. I think we should give it a listen.
Yes.
On the rocks.
Right, so we're obviously here talking to Blame It on the Dog. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Yes. So to start off with, if you take it in turns, we'll say Matt, Jason, then Oliver. Just tell us a bit about yourself, where you live.
What are you in the band?
So I live in near Eastbourne, South UK. I'm the vocalist, sort of lyricist, like for the band. Years ago, back in the old days, when we used to gig, like 20 years ago, I was guitarist as well. But obviously these days we don't gig. Plus the help of always living in Canada. Or COVID, of course, but we won't talk about that. So that's what I do.
Okay, Jason?
Okay, so I live in Norwich, where the band first formed in 2001. And obviously Matt and Ollie have both moved away. I've remained here, and 20 years later, like I say, we've reformed. I do the bass and the guitars for the music that we record. When we used to play together, Matt was on the guitar and I used to play the bass. But obviously, with the way things work and logistics and the travel and everything.
Hey guys,
it's just
I'm
the way
Ollie. I live
in
in Canada, in Alberta, Canada, in Edmonton, actually, just outside of Sherwood Park, actually, to be totally precise. I play drums. I met Jason and obviously Matt back when I lived in England, in Norwich, and I actually met them. I think I met Matt while I was actually studying music at Norwich College there. So, and then we kind of formed a band, and and at the moment, with how everything is, I have an electronic kit here for recording, and then but we'll probably get into that a little bit later, how we actually managed to record things as a group.
I mean, obviously, this whole COVID situation has actually caused quite a lot of bands to sort of go their separate ways because there's not been anything that they can do and, no gigging and things, but it's had the opposite effect on you guys. Can you tell us how that happened?
Yeah, sure. We was on Facebook one day. I saw this particular post. It was something I was participating in. It was like a chain post where everybody would put their 10 favourite albums in, and then you'd nominate somebody the next day and the next day. I think I nominated Matt one particular day, and one of his friends called Rob actually posted one of our old albums, which we recorded back in 2001. And we hadn't heard this album. We totally disbanded for 20 years. We didn't speak. And we was, my God, that album exists. And it just fired off a lot of memories. And we begged this guy, Rob, to give us a copy of this album. We sat and listened to it and thought, that was really cool, What we did is, I was playing in a couple of bands before lockdown. All the gigs froze for us, and it was just like inspirational. We can do something. We can just evolve. And even though we can't play live, we can still produce music, and we can record, and we can do things ourselves, and we can be part of a new digital age to evolve as a musician.
So did you guys not speak to that?
Nope. I spoke to Matt a couple of times, maybe over the last 5 years, but until that point, no. No.
You just sort of grew apart rather than sort of falling out. It was just your life took you in different directions, and what happens sort of thing, I suppose.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's not only sort of revisited the music, it's kind of rekindled your friendships as well, which is really
Yeah. Very much so, very much so.
So you can say one thing you got from COVID is your friends back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think
Was it difficult recording? Obviously, not being in the same country for a start, it's got to make it harder.
what we do is we kind of we have the challenges to begin with, and it's a case of just trying to iron those things out. And I think Jay has been really instrumental in that. We must have recorded the first song we recorded. How many times did you do that, Jay?
We did a really good first copy, then I lost it. I'm glad we redid it.
Yeah, and then because Ollie was, Ollie, you were still working on getting the drum sound right as well, weren't you? So,
Yeah, well, I mean, at the beginning, I hadn't played drums for like 5 years. So when and my little girl was born, I used to have a kit here. It was in one of my spare rooms, and I'd play every now and then. And then I sold it when my little girl was born, which she's 4 today, actually. And so she's upstairs playing with her toys. And so I ended up getting an electronic kit, and then kind of really learning how to record and do all that, and download the proper plugins to do all that. And then kind of, I'm still learning, I'll be honest. It's a big process of how to do it. So yeah, it was pretty strange to start with, but Jay, like, he'd shoot me some files. I had to sit there and listen to them. I think the first song, The Return, I had, it sent me the files, and I was then going on like a trip to the Rockies here. And I just had it on my headphones just consistently. And before I even played the drums, I just knew I was going to play. So it kind of just, I had it all worked out anyway. So then when I managed to get the drums, to set them up and just start playing, it was just like, it came back pretty quicker than I thought anyway. I thought, it's going to take a while. I have to start practicing. But no, it came back really well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's kind of cool.
Like riding a bike.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I didn't think, I was like, oh, this is a bit tricky. And then I'm not going to be as fast as I did. I'm older now. And but no, it came back and I was like, oh, this is sweet, man. This is cool. So yeah, just hit it. Literally.
First, I'm thinking when you played the drums to Return, you hadn't lost your speed at all. I was quietly really chuffed. That was great. Yeah.
I got a buzz from the first time. I remember, because I'm well out of practice as well. I haven't played guitar or sang in years. Literally, probably 5 years since I last really sang with any kind of effort, other than in the shower or in the car when no one's listening. I didn't really have a voice left or anything. And I can remember when Ollie first laid the drum. So Jay had done like the bass and the guitar and the click track, and Ollie then had the drums. The guy sent the file to me. When I first heard those drums in there, my God, I got the biggest buzz. I haven't had a buzz like that in probably 20 years, because it was just like, it felt like everything was back. Although we're all older and stuff, our age is just a number and all that kind of, it's just, it was so cool. And it was just like, yeah, we're back. Although not in the same way, but we're just back. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I suppose it's like because I'm not a musician, but I like some tracks I listen to just take me back to when I was leaving school or just at school. And it's probably similar for you. It takes you back to your days when you used to gig and
yeah, definitely. I had a spring in my step, but I felt like a 20-year-old for a few. Then it wore off. But I felt like a 20-year-old for a few weeks.
And then you got tired.
Because we were doing. I mean, there was a time during that first sort of lockdown in the UK, like between March and sort of however long it was, between March and June. And I got into some really bad habits, staying up really late, drinking lots of rum, and these guys were doing the same thing. Even though we had we were still kind of like video chatting and doing stuff, and yeah, so that's probably why why the feeling 20 wore off pretty quick, because I get hangovers, you know. I need to sleep, but no, that was...
Yeah, I think most people have done that. Paul built this bar in the first lockdown, and we didn't really drink before, and now we drink.
Yay!
That's good.
Yeah. So, with the new stuff that you're recording, how has your sound changed in the last 20 years? Are you writing about sort of different experiences, or is it sort of you've kind of fallen back into the mindset, I guess, that you were when you were in your...
I think musically, I think we're sort of very similar to what we used to be. There's when I write the music, the bass and the guitars for the song and send them over, everyone's got autonomy to put their own twist in it. So Matt will put his own vocals and his own twist on that, and Ollie will do exactly what he would do when we was back in the day. So we always got commented when we was younger that we had great chemistry, and everything just clicked into place very, very quickly. It was fantastic. It kept us sane during that lockdown, to be honest with you. We had something to do. It was great.
Yeah.
So what are you guys planning to do? Obviously you're recording this new album. So are you, I mean, I know it's probably going to be quite a challenge with you only living where you live, but are you likely to want to do some shows and that sort of thing when it's obviously possible to be done?
I think it would depend on, I never want to say never. I know that Ollie lives in Canada and I live like 100 miles from Jason and all this. I don't know about how you guys feel, but I'd never want to say never to that. I think it's a case of, as we're writing and recording more material, we're getting better, we're honing our tools. It's a lot different to 20 years ago. We could just go and, you know, record in a studio, and now we've got the digital age, we can record much easier. We've got a lot of skills to master with that. And I think, you know, if ever we write that one tune, that one song that maybe just goes somewhere for us, and we've got the means, or we might have the funding behind us. I mean, yeah, I'd love to do it again, do a show, definitely. Not sure how I'd stand up to it. I struggle enough just laying down a vocal track. You know, lay the vocals and I'm bobbing in the toilet for half an hour, and then I come back and try again. So I'm not sure, but it would be cool. Yeah, definitely. I think video for the return, that was the closest. That was so cool doing that. And although we weren't together at the same time, but feeling like we were.
That's awesome. I absolutely love your band name. Being a dog person, I think it's genius. Is there a story behind it?
Matt?
Kind of. I think I came out with that name. I'd had it in my head a long time, I think, actually before I used it, but I was kind of funny, but I remember I blamed it on I used to have a dog, I bought a collie when I was a kid, and I ended up breaking this Chinese vase. And I ended up smashing it. I ended up blaming it on my dog, and because he used to run around and get hyperactive, and it was just like I think that was part of it, but I'm not sure. You'd have to ask the other two as well. I think it was something like, I don't know, maybe that's right, I'm not sure.
We had a song. We had a song called "Blame It on the Dog."
Yeah.
And
we did as well. Yeah.
That what you've just explained was in that. What you just said was in that song. I think we were sitting there in Noisebox one night, and we couldn't think what to call the band. And Ollie just said, "Is that right, Dave? What memories going here? Is that right?"
I recall something along those lines. I think we didn't put too much energy into the band name. I think we just kind of like spent more of our time just practicing and having a good time, really. I think it just seemed more fun to us to be called Blame It on the Dog. We just thought, yeah, that'll do. I mean, we had songs like Burger King.
Yeah.
Just got nothing to do with Burger King whatsoever.
Yeah, but it's a cool name. I think it's quite fitting with the type of band that you are as well. It has a bit of humour to it, and it kind of makes you a little bit more, I don't know. There'll be people like me who go, what an awesome band name, I'm going to go listen to them because I like their name.
I did.
I do that a lot, I'll be honest. Yeah.
That is true, actually. I do that. If I hear a band name, or if I see one and I don't like the sound of it, actually sometimes I just want to listen to it. It's just pretty bad, but it's like that happens sometimes. But if I found something like that I thought was funny, I'd be I'm definitely going to listen to that.
Yeah.
That was our Punk on the Rocks Blame on the Dog interview.
Yes, and then you heard Home by them.
Home.
They're good, aren't they? The track's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll play some more of their stuff.
They've just got such a good sound. I love that. I just love the. It's like a. It's. Don't know how to explain it.
Can't get your words out.
No, it's.
No.
Like vocally, I think that the. Vocally, it sounds older.
Yeah.
Then musically, it sounds newer. So
Okay.
it's a really good mix. That's
It is.
why I couldn't explain it, because it's two different. In my head, it's two different time
different things,
zones.
Let's play some more music, and then we have got Simon's Rockucation.
Okay, what would you like to play?
So we are going to play a new track from the Jailbirds.